everyone. I hope everyone had a good weekend. Today I'm going to be making some chicken enchiladas for supper. Now, you want to start with 1 to 2 pounds of chicken. Now, you can use chicken breast, chicken thigh, any kind of chicken you like. I'm just using chicken breast because that's what I have. Normally, I would probably either cook this in the crock pot or maybe a pan. But I'm going to boil it because what we're going to do is we're going to shred this chicken up when it's ready. And then we'll mix in other ingredients in a pan before we bake the enchiladas. So this is a recipe that's a little more time consuming than just throwing something in a crock pot and forgetting it. But if you have time, I'm sure it would be something that would be delicious for your family as well. So, I hope y'all don't mind if I chit-chat with you while I cook today. It's something I normally don't do, but I'm in the mood to chit-chat today. So, we're going to get this chicken on to boil, and when it gets ready, we'll shred it up and add our other ingredients, and I'll show you how it's done. The chicken is done. So, what I'm going to do is pull it out and give it a shred. I'm just going to remove the bones since I didn't have boneless, skinless. And once I get the bones removed, I'll put this in a bowl and I'll use my hand mixer to shred the chicken. If you've never seen this done before, it's actually very handy. Now, if you don't have a mixer of any kind, of course you can use 2 forks to shred this. Just going to pour this little bit of juice back in here. Matter of fact, to keep it from being so dry, I'm going to add a little bit of the chicken broth back in. I'd say maybe 1/8 of a cup. Something like that, a few tablespoons, just to hopefully keep it from being so dry and it'll have a little more flavor. Okay, now we're going to chop our onion and our bell pepper, and we're going to saute it in a little bit of cooking oil, and then we're going to add our chicken into that. So I'm going to clean up some of this mess, and I will be right back as soon as I get my onion chopped. I'm sure there's a right way to chop an onion, but I just chop it how I know how. So you can do the same. If you want to slice it, you can slice it. If you don't want to use any onion, you don't have to use any onion, but I'm telling you, it sure does add some good flavor. I tell my oldest son that he better learn how to cook, which that's one of the reasons I make these videos, is so that when my boys get married, or if they're just living out on their own, and they need to cook, or maybe their wife don't know how to cook, they can use these videos as sort of a guide to go by and be able to cook different things. Alright, let's mess up some more dishes, shall we? With this, just add a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. Or if you don't have olive oil, then you can use canola oil, vegetable oil, butter, just something that we can use to saute these onions with. And then y'all know how I do it. I buy a lot of bell peppers at the local farmer's market. And I chop them and I freeze them. And then when I get ready for them, I take them out of the freezer and I use them. All you have to do is thaw them. Now they're not crunchy. So if you're wanting something for like fresh bell peppers to where you in a salad or something like that and you want them crunchy, then you probably don't want to freeze them, because see what we got? Like it's trying to wave at y'all. Alright. We're going to cook these just until they start to soften. Okay, we've cooked this down just a little bit. Now, we're going to add our chicken. And we're going to add a little more than half a cup of shredded cheese. Half a cup of our enchilada sauce. Okay, well, let's just make a mess with it. And we're going to give it a stir. Okay, at this point, this is where you can either add a packet of taco seasoning if you want to, or instead of using taco seasoning, I'm just going to use onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper, salt, chili powder, and cumin. This is the main flavor, in my opinion, in the taco seasoning, is the cumin. You can add as little or as much seasoning as you like. Or, like I said, you could just use a taco seasoning packet.
It looks like a lot of seasoning, but if you want flavor, then the seasoning is where it's at. Don't be scared to season your food.
Yeah, now that's the mixture, and it is ready to go into our tortilla shells. You can use any kind of tortillas you want, but I like the smaller ones. Now I just add a little in each shell and roll it and line them up in my pan until the pan is full. Okay, now that my pan is full, I'm going to take the remainder of the enchilada sauce and just spread it over the top. Okay, this is the point where I add 2 cups of cheese to the top. Okay, I cover this with foil and place it in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Bake it for 20 minutes. Remove the foil and then bake for another 10 minutes. And it's ready. Due to the
NERF War in the background. I had to turn the sound down for the rest of the video. But this tastes delicious, and I'm sure that it will be a new favorite for your family. My family loved this recipe. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to come back for more.